says that it's French. You know what that means. Hey guys, how's it going? It's David here again. I got some candles that are starting to burn out a little bit, but we got another story here. This one doesn't have a name, but it's like an interesting series that I had that I based off of this girl that I liked in high school. So I don't know what episode this, but I wrote them a bunch of episodes. Unfortunately, I lost 2 of the 4 when I had a hard drive crash on me. It made me really sad. I actually started typing things out senior year. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it was really cool because I based it off of her. I'm going to just change this real quick. I'm on my camera. There you go. I'm so entertaining, aren't I? Just make all these like noises and stuff and talk. And Tracy, stop screwing with myself, buddy. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, this series is interesting because I'm always doing something and I don't fall asleep. It's like always in a dream or something. And so even though this is a video series, one specific series where I read stories, I'm going to make this one specifically about scratch it. Let's cut that. Reverse it. I'm going to, since this is a particular series, which I think I'll continue because I really like it, I'm going to have it as a subgenre in the series, at least until things advance on my channel, because I need more videos and things, because I need to get working and do a lot of cool voices too. Playing football was my favorite. I loved running after someone and crashing them to the ground. Today was just like any other Sunday. I'm done. Eric, Joe, August, and me were going to practice for our backyard league. I got ready and jumped on my bike. I rode hard and fast and got to the field in just a few minutes. The field was beautiful. It was secluded inside a forest of magic and lore. Or so we thought back when we were kids. Since I was the first one there, I started running up and down the field, left to right, up and down. I heard a bird noise, caw, and I knew it was Eric right away. Eric! I yelled in this stupid voice. Jordan! He replied. Joe soon followed. It was a blast to make fun of, but we loved him nonetheless. So we just waited for August to show up. Weird, Joe said. He's usually the first one here. Yep. Anyways, Joe, how's the lady situation? Eric said. Well, you know, same old, same old. Dude, you can't let the girl dominate the relationship. It's just weak on your part. I hated when guys talked bad about girls. I respected them too much. That's probably why I was so lonely. I kept thinking of the girl I liked and started daydreaming about just gaining the courage to show her how I feel. I wasn't paying attention to what they were saying. Jordan, yo! Eric punched me in the arm. What the hell, dude? I yelled as I rubbed my arm. Sorry, man, just listen when I'm talking. Oh, my bad. What did you ask? I asked how your girl situation is. I thought for a second and just blushed. I imagined just telling her how I feel, but I couldn't. Even if I had the balls. She was Eric's ex-girlfriend. I couldn't mess up our friendship. Well, I'm kind of going after a girl from Hamburg. Cool, what's her name? Rebecca. Ah, come on, dude, you don't have to lie. Don't worry, I'll help you with your problem. I had enough of the situation, I snapped. My problem? I don't have a fucking problem. You need to learn how to respect girls. Eric stopped me. No, you need to remember what they've done to you. They're not going to change, and if you don't, they're going to keep walking all over you. He threw me in a headlock. You need to calm down. Bros before hoes. Come on, man. I want my buddy back. We need you to get out of this rut. What he didn't know was that he was choking me. At first, it was unpleasant, but it turned into the best buzz I've ever had. I opened my eyes to what felt so strange. The field was filled with flowers, just like when we were kids. The forest had sort of warm comfort about it. I felt so at peace. Yet I had desire in my stomach. I didn't know what I had to do, but I know I needed to do it. I needed companions for the journey. Eric, Joe, I called. Come hither. Eric emerged from the woods, adorned in glowing golden armor and carrying a broad axe. I am honored by your presence, my lord. As am I. Where's your jester, Joe? I asked. I'm not certain, my liege. Suddenly, I saw a glowing through the trees. Could it be? August, the Great, riding his glorious white steed, Broom? I talked to August, he's a real person, and I asked him what he wanted his steed to be named, and he said Broom. So we went with it. My friend, I called to him. He raised his lance in salute and rode in close. He pushed someone wrapped in a blanket off the back of his horse. I found this trash on my journey here, he said. I unwrapped the shawl and found Joe. Ah, Joe, what a pleasant surprise. He looked up at me. Why were we called? I gathered everyone around me. We were on a journey to rescue the one I love from the great dragon's fortress. August spoke up. The great Gregorian dragon? Yes, I said. I know, known as Sydney, the most hideous beast living on Earth today. Yep, I faced the dragon off my friend Sydney. Everyone gasped in terror. It's very much overblown, just saying. Get out of here, Tracy. This must be some broad, said Joe. You look at a look of serious struck my face. She is the most wonderful woman I have ever met. Her smile moves mountains. Her laugh brings joy to lepers, and her eyes are so beautiful. You can stare into them for a fortnight. Will she become queen of this country? Joe asked. Alas, I am not strong enough, nor worthy for such a woman. I just hope by completing this task I will gain the prestige I need to court her. Onward we march, my liege, shouted the White Knight. We journeyed far into the wilderness, past the great swamps, where they were and were finally approaching the great river. The river was treacherous this time of year, 40 feet wide, raging current, and the goblins were about. August, your steed is crucial to your plan. You must storm across the river and hold the goblins off until the rest of us cross. Yes, my liege, I shall ride for the glory of our cause. Be safe, my friend. I watched my dear ally cross the river under a hail of arrows, a brilliant display of gallantry. Forward! I cried. Joe, Eric, and I lunged into the frosty waters, grasping for air as we sunk under the weight of our equipment. Arrows sunk into the area around me. I just remembered to be strong for my lady, whom the sun rose and set about. I charged forward ahead of the pack, but was bogged down by the beach. There was a tall bank on the goblin side which I had to scale. Upon reaching the top, I discovered a gruesome sight. The body of my close friend, August, was riddled with goblin arrows. I fell to my knees in pain. No! I screamed, no! I ran to his side and elevated his head. I surveyed him for life, but alas, he had... Stop walking on my keyboard. She walks on my keyboard. I surveyed him for life, but alas, he had already passed. Still under a surge of enemy fire, I called to my remaining party, fall back! The White Knight has fallen! I held my tears back to keep the morale of my men up. We crossed back over the river in disarray. Do not worry, men. He died a hero worthy of the cause. I really didn't know, though. Was it worth losing a friend over? That night we camped in silence. I pondered my thoughts deeply while cooking our freshly caught rabbit. So, Eric said, what now? Are we going to travel all the way around the river? I don't know, friend. I'm not even sure about the holiness of this journey. If this wrench means as much to you as you say, anything is worth it. But my friends' lives are at stake. My lord, we are truly your friends, and if this maiden will bring you happiness, we are behind you. Stop walking on my keyboard. Look at that. Thank you, my friends. I don't know where I would be without such noble companions. We renew our attack at dawn. We charged across the river like a stampede. Our charge was so quick and decisive that the goblins retreated without even one casualty. Hoorah! The jester called, but celebrations were not to be held. A loud pounding hit the ground and shook it like a quake. We first saw the monstrous feet, and in pure awe we looked up and up and up until a giant face peered onto us. Hello, the monster bellowed. The beast was indeed a threatening sight. His hair was very curly, and his shaggy face was covered in what looked to be blood. Do you want to play? It said while reaching down to Joe. Expecting to be snatched up, Joe kneeled with his sword in the air to ward off the beast. Yet surprisingly, the monster was very awkward and fell over. Ah, God damn it! It screamed. Eric approached it. What is your name, great giant? Kirby, it answered. I have many names, but just Ryan is what I prefer. Don't effing call me Kirby! Would you like to join us on a quest? Yes, but I require 8 gold coins so I can buy the Minecraft expansion Kittyland. Well, I said, if it's gold you would like, gold you will get. Mount my back, he thundered. We did, and he continued, point me in the direction. He took off at a blistering pace. The skin from my face almost melted off. "Oh no!" Joe yelled. "I'm slipping!" "Cubby, stop! Joe's falling! Who's that?" He began running faster and started falling off. "Ryan, no!" I screamed. "Okay." He stopped suddenly, which threw Joe off the great behemoth. He went tumbling from a great height and landed in a tree. "Ryan, put this down, quickly!" "Ole." He bent over and set us in the tree. "Joe, are you okay?" Eric asked. "No, I think my leg is broken." I then made a rash decision. "Eric, you must take Joe back. I'll make the journey on my own." "But my king," Eric began. "No, Eric, this is my errand. I must accomplish it myself. I can't risk the lives of my friends anymore." "Sir, the mark of an immature man is his readiness to sacrifice himself for others." "Yes, but this predicament is different." "And why is that?" "This is a purely selfish mission. The princess is to cure my lonesomeness. I need her help even more than she needs me." We embraced. "Eric, keep Joe alive." "I await your arrival, my liege." I watched, then slowly deeper into the sunset. I watched them slowly disappear into the sunset. "Ryan," I called. "Hello. Ready to move?" "Nope. I found cats to play with." "Seriously?" "Yup." God damn it. I started on my way down the Mistral path. Hopefully I would be out of the forest before the sun was completely down. I wandered down the winding path, scared yet bravely advancing each step with pride. A noise startled me. I draw my sword and pointed it in the direction of the noise. "Who's there?" A bright light blinded me. It caused enough that I could see the outline of a horse. "Broom?" "Nay!" Broom responded. "Noble steed, you've come to my aid." I mounted the great horse and we stormed off, its white glow clearing the darkness ahead. "Ride! Ride, my friend!" We rode several miles until even Broom's shine couldn't pierce the darkness. We arrived in the dragon's domain. It was so evil, dark, sulfur spurting out of geysers, jagged rocks along the paths. Lava from distant volcanoes were all you could see. Until, wait, a glow from afar. It must be the princess. A piercing light of beauty shining through the smoke-choked air. I became eager and spurred Broom forward. We approached the outskirts of the castle, but no dragon? We walked into the well-kept entranceway and looked for a star case up to the princess's tower. I found it and moved up the stairs. I opened the door with a creak and peered in. "Princess?" I pondered. I opened the door fully, and there she was. She was so stunningly gorgeous that I fainted and fell backwards. Before passing out, I looked over the mental picture I took. Long flowing hair, perfect white smile, and blooming brown eyes. I opened my eyes. "Jordan," Eric called. "Is he finally up?" asked August. I sprung up and ran to my bike. "Where are you going?" they all yelled in unison. "To get my princess." And that's the story, but I just want to go back to this part. "Hello," the monster bellowed. The beast was indeed a threatening sight. His hair was very curly, and his shaggy face was covered in what looked like blood. "God damn it," it screamed as it fell over. "What is your name, great giant?" "Kirby," it answered. "I have many names, but just Ryan is what I prefer. Don't effing call me Kirby." "Would you like to take us on a quest?" "Yes, but I require 8 gold coins so I can buy the Minecraft expansion, Kittyland." So this is based off of my friend Ryan, who unfortunately I haven't talked to in a while. But he was really funny because like he'd be like, "Hello," and he had like blonde hair that he had really nice hair that like curled a little bit, but so we called him Curly. My friend Frank originally called him Kirby because he used to play Kirby on the bus and he hated that. So, you know, after I noticed how much it bothered him, I stopped. But a lot of people still did call him Kirby, so he'd be like, "Don't fucking call me Kirby." He's like, "Don't fucking call me Kirby," and shit like that. And, but I would call him Curly a lot. And he hated being called Curly too, but I couldn't help it. I was like, "Hey, Curly." Like, it just was perfect. I just called him Curly. So putting in there that he has curly, you know, like, his hair was very curly, it totally pissed him off. But then, the thing about the gold coins, that was like a funny joke that we had, you know, like when they first came out with those presidential dollar coins, and be like, Ryan, gold coins. He'd be like, ooh, and he'd always give me like more bills for it. Because the vending machine at school would always, if you put like a 5 in there and you bought something that was $1, it would spurt out 4 of those coins. Like, it was really annoying. But anyways, like, he loved collecting them and shit, so he'd be like, gold coins. But he also played a lot of Minecraft, and the Kittyland part, I'm just totally like ripping him so hard in this part. Like, in these stories, it's always people that I know, always stuff based off people I know, and always rips them, whether it be bad for hubris or, you know, just to like amp them up a little bit. Even the voices I do, it's awesome. I love this series, so I'm definitely gonna write some more of this. I have another one that I like a lot more. Unfortunately, it was lost. Luckily, I had written it recently, so I was able to remember a lot of it. It wasn't nearly as detailed. It wasn't as good. Great though, and yeah, thank you all for listening. I know I kind of fucked up on the voices a few times, and I definitely shouldn't swear as much as I do. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut out the swearing from now on. But Avida Zang. You know, au revoir. Au revoir. You probably don't even know what countries in Europe speak French. That includes Belgium, France, the Netherlands, and Switzerland. Those are 4 countries from Europe. So I won't recite another country from Europe.